Bonjour! Bonjour! We are going to go to southern France. So last year, about this time, I had the chance to visit several places in southern France. And a lot of these towns that we're going to talk about, they are very close to a river called the Rhône River. The river flows from central France down to the Mediterranean Sea. And it is known as a great place that is a mix, a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of Italy, but all France. And it's also a place, we'll talk about a little bit more, to get great food. When people think about France and they think about food, they think about Paris. But I'm going to challenge that, because the French capital for food actually isn't Paris. And we'll talk about that too. So we went to Arles. And the big thing in Arles is they have a working bullfighting ring. They still fight bulls today. This is the stadium. You'll notice that there's a lot of metal stands and scaffolding around. The building itself is several hundred years old. And so the scaffolding is there to protect the stone, protect the people who are in there so that the stones don't fall on them. And then where there's areas that it's a little more delicate, they've actually put in metal bleachers so that when you're standing there, when you're coming in to watch a bullfight, that you're a little more comfortable and you don't tear up the architecture that's there. But guess what? It has a side effect. Because it's metal, you can stomp on it and it reverberates. It makes noise. It gets loud. So as the crowd is cheering for the bullfighter, they make extra noise from the metal and it gets really loud. While we were there, we had the opportunity to meet a bullfighter. He's retired now. He taught, his French is very good, his English not so good. But this was his bullfighting jacket. And he's like, I quit bullfighting because I enjoy French cooking. He actually now owns a restaurant in Arles. And we got a chance to visit that as well. But to give you an idea, this was one of the young ladies that was traveling with us, and she was the only one small enough, the only American small enough to put on his bullfighting jacket. His brother still fights bulls, and his children are bullfighters as well. While most bullfighting today is more of tagging, like, have y'all ever played flag football and you pull the flag? Yes. That's more what bullfighting is today. However, they still have traditional bullfights and they will kill the bull. So that does still happen. We asked him why he retired. And he got gored by a bull during a bullfight through his thigh, through his leg. And he said while he was recovering, he enjoyed the food so much that he gained too much weight to get into his bullfighting uniform. And instead of losing weight, he decided to retire. And so we asked him about his injury. Like, was it an accident? Did the bull just get the best of you? Whatever. But again, his English wasn't good. He thought we wanted to see his scar. He's wearing jeans, okay? He unbuckled his belt and dropped his pants. No pictures. No pictures. Next, we went a little farther north and we went to the lavender fields. This is some of the lavender that's grown. We really enjoyed walking through it. It's very fragrant. And this farm, they actually create essential oils. Are you familiar with essential oils? Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Okay. We have some. Well, you can smell the lavender. We'll pass it around. Lavender is very fragrant. It's a relaxing flavor. And they grow this, so it's purple, if you can see, the purple fields. Now this was early, so this was actually a sample crop. It actually wasn't growing at the time that we were there, but they keep a piece that's a piece of the plants in a greenhouse during the winter, so that when groups like us come to visit, they can show us what it looks like. But they grow the plants until they're full size. And so you can see on the fields, they had just a little bit, but in the back, it's green. When it's full bloom, all the field is purple. It's bright purple. And this is what the lavender looks like. Once they harvest the lavender, they want to get that smell, those oils. They put it in this steel cauldron right here. You see this little circle with the holes? They put it on top. And in the old days, the farmer would actually jump in and they would walk around that circle and it would squeeze all the oils out of the flowers. Wow. Now what they do is it's like a pressure cooker. They put it on top, and you see these little screws right here? They put a big top on it, they screw it down, and they use pressure, and they steam down. And when the steam evaporates, all that's left is the lavender oil. Lavender is used in food. It's used in soap. French are known for making soap. We have quite a bit of lavender soap at home because we like souvenirs. As well as it is a freshener for the kitchen. So these are some of the essential oils that they had. But check out our chickens. They're filled with lavender. They're little lavender pouches. And so they had a little chicken farm in the shop. I did not buy a lavender chicken. I have to go back. And then you can see some of the stalks of dried lavender. So they are also a decoration. You can have them around your home, and they make your house smell like lavender. Now we're going to go to the coast of France on the Mediterranean, a town called Marseille. Now, a little bit. I told you that most of what I was going to show you is on the Rhône River. Marseille is not. It's actually several kilometers away from the river, but it is on the Mediterranean Sea. So Marseille is one of those locations that some cruise ships go to. It's a place where people vacation from the north of Europe. They come down to Marseille. But I want to show you something interesting. In Marseille, we got to do a chocolate tasting. Now, how many of you like chocolate? All right, it's a room full. This chocolate, though, is very special. It's not made with milk. So you've all heard of milk chocolate, right? Yeah. This isn't made with milk. So you see this beautiful chocolate fountain? Yes. Not a drop of dairy in there. When we did our sampling, we found out it's made with olive oil. While it still tastes rich and creamy as chocolate, it doesn't stay in your mouth. It evaporates very quickly. So have you ever eaten a piece of chocolate and your tongue still has chocolate taste even after the candy's gone? Yeah. Olive oil does not do that. And so as soon as we would finish eating a piece of the chocolate, it was gone. So when we chose a pistachio chocolate versus a dark chocolate, the flavors didn't mix. The olive oil breaks it up. So Marseille is close to Italy. It has a huge Italian influence. And so they've learned to make chocolate with olive oil. Okay, so I told you Paris is not the food capital of France. It's actually Lyon. Lyon has more cooking schools in France than any other city. They have the highest number of top-rated restaurants in France, actually in the world. And nearly every avenue you walk down, every street you go to, there is a top-rated restaurant there. And chefs from all over the world go to Lyon just to learn how to cook. While we were there, we had the chance to enjoy different cheeses. We went to a cheese restaurant. That's all they serve. This is their display cabinet. They have tables. You can walk in, you can pick a few cheeses, and go to your table, and they will bring you over your cheese tray and a drink. But they also have bakeries. So all kinds of French bakery, French pastries, pies, tarts. And we brought y'all a treat. So we brought French madeleines. Everyone will get a small sample of a pastry actually made in France. And this time they're individually wrapped, so they'll be easier to share with everyone. And everyone will have an opportunity to taste a little bit of sweet from France. So, I told you about chocolate. I want to finish with an activity I actually got to do in France, and that is one of the most famous chocolates in the world is actually in France, called Rhône. And they have a chocolate kitchen, and you can go make your own chocolate bar. So I'm going to show you what we did. But this is in a very small village, just north of the Mediterranean. It's on the Rhone River. And so we got to go and enjoy seeing how the chocolate was made. There was actually a demonstration. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me. There was a demonstration where they brought us out a cocoa pod where cocoa beans are made. And I was elected voluntold to go break it open. And they gave me a big wooden mallet, and you smash it, and you open it up. And it's just cocoa beans. Now, cocoa beans in and of themselves aren't really that good. They're actually pretty bitter. And Rhône, they actually get chocolate from different countries around the world. Chocolate is grown around the equator, different countries around the equator. And this company, they partner with different farmers around the world. And so we got to taste the different chocolates and how chocolate from one country would be different than the chocolate from another. And it's actually the sugar and the milk that makes it what we love to eat. So it was Easter, getting Easter while we were there. So they did have a shop where you could just go buy chocolate. And so the locals, actually, we mixed with a lot of the locals as they were in there preparing for the Easter holiday that was coming up at that time and buying different chocolates. And I loved that's actually a solid chocolate bear. Okay, so as this is playing, this is one of my friends making her chocolate bar. We were given the little brown balls are caramel balls. Anybody know what the green is? Pistachios. Yes. So they shelled them for us. We really appreciated that. And we had the pistachios. And then they gave us these forms that we could make. And so we put our nuts and our caramel in there that's going to be the ingredient within our chocolate bar. Now, we didn't melt the chocolate. I think they realized a bunch of tourists and hot didn't go together. So they didn't let us melt the chocolate. They did it for us. And have you ever seen somebody make a cake and they have a piping bag? Well, they filled our piping bags with chocolate. So this is mine as I'm filling in the chocolate into the mold. And you had to be careful. You didn't want a lot of air holes in it. So you want to fill it slow. You want to go slow enough to not let air, but fast enough to not let the chocolate harden, because it'll harden in the piping bag. It doesn't take much for it to harden. And so we filled our bins up. You went right to the top. It would settle in, and just gravity just makes it smooth as you set it down. Now, while they gave this to us, they let it cool down. And so that's when we went and saw how they made the chocolate, and I got to break open the cocoa pod. So they've done this, and they're like, okay, y'all go experiment, go learn about chocolate. Come back to us in about 30 minutes, and we'll have your chocolate bar for you. So this was our chef.
Okay. Very important, you don't put my finger just here. I take my back and I put this side. Okay. See it.
Okay, so what he was saying is when your chocolate's ready and you flip it out and you take the mold off, don't put your fingers where the mold was, because you'll leave fingerprints in the chocolate. So you take it off and then you slide it into the envelope, and it's got a little window so you can see what's in your chocolate. So got mine made. I actually did it. I actually made it. And then this was mine. So I broke mine up. I wanted some that was just chocolate. I wanted some with some nuts. I've got a little caramel in there. I was actually able to get mine from France to the U.S. to share with Ashley and with Amy. So we did share as a family. Now that being said, I did also go to the gift shop and get some chocolate, so I had some while I was there, I'll admit. But this was my chocolate bar that I made. Notice no fingerprints. I listened to the chef. And it was a lot of fun. But as you can see, if you like food, if you want to take a trip that is just focused on, I want to do chocolate, I want to enjoy food, or I want to go to see the lavender fields, I want to get some essential oils. Southern France is where you want to go. Paris is not bad. It's really nice. But this is the authentic French food. If you like this video, check out this one that we did. And at Storyline Travel, we believe every adventure is a story waiting to be told.